Now then, ponteporn fans, welcome to another edition of ponteporn Investigates, where basically ponteporn tells you how it is. Right, in tonight's episode, what we're going to do, we're going to have a look at a central bank system and how it controls the nation and ultimately how it's going to control the world. So let's go investigating ponteporn Investigates. Okay, first things first, most important question is, what the fuck is a central bank system? Well, it's a really good question and I'm really glad you asked, folks, because I'll tell you something now. The central bank system, it's a fucking ingenious invention. It's fucking brilliant and we're going to show you what it's all about. Okay, now central bank, it's in charge of printing all a nation's money. Now central bank, it has two main specific powers. It's in charge of the interest rates and it's in charge of the money supply or inflation. Now, a central bank, it doesn't just supply a government with money, it loans it at interest. So that means the government has got to pay all that fucking money back to the central bank. Now here's the snaggly bit, this is the best bit, right? No other fucking cunt's allowed to print money. It's fucking ingenious, like. So, if the government wants to pay all this fucking money back to the central bank's got to print more money with more debt attached to it, so they can pay the previous debt off. So, but they're gonna, there's no debt attached to this new money, so they're in debt again. It's a really one fucking shut up plan, and it's a self-generating debt, and you can never get out of this fucking debt. It's fucking brilliant, right? So just to make sure you're all fucking crystal clear on this, right? I'm going to give an example using monopoly money. Okay, folks, now pay attention here, right? This symbol here, this represents you, it represents the government, the business, the population, it's you. Right, now, for this exercise, we're going to have the interest rates as 10%. Okay, so, the central bank, it prints a £50 bill, which means, because the interest rate is 10%, you now owe the central bank 10% of that, or £5, okay? Trouble is, it's fucking illegal to print money. You can't fucking print your own money to pay them back. You're going to have to go back to the central bank to pay this £5 off. So the central bank prints another set of money, another £50. So brilliant, you can now pay the previous debt off, the previous £5 off. But trouble is, fuck, because this new money has new debt attached to it, you owe them another £5. Fucking, So if the central bank prints a £100 bill, you now owe the central bank 10% of that, or £10. So, to pay the £10 off, the central bank has to print some more money with new debt attached to it, so you can now pay the previous debt off, but you're still in debt. It's fucking brilliant. It's better than a fucking shit-up plan. It's pure fucking genius. Now, of course, us British, now we clocked onto this central bank system fucking years ago. Well, centuries ago, in fact. As in, the Bank of England. Okay, so just so you, get a little bit of grip of how it all started, what we're going to do, we need to go back in time. Now, ponteporn, we obviously ain't got the budget for our time machine or some sort of Doctor Who device, so what we're going to do, we're going to have to make do with a calculator and a picture of me naked. Okay, so if I type in the 1770s and press the America button, we should go back in time. Okay, folks, so I've took us back to 1770s, start of American Revolution. Okay, so why did this happen? Well, us British, we've had our stamp on America for, a long time. I mean, it was us who first took skunk there in 1631. But anyway, we've set up all these little colonies in America, and these fucking Americans have started using interest-free money. King George of England is like, fuck that, you're not having that, so he makes it law, in 1770 he makes it law that all these mainland colonies have to use British money at our central bank. Americans not happy about this, bit of a fight breaks out, we get into a bit of a war with each other, we knock fuck out of each other, and in end, America gained its independence. Now this George Washington bloke, fucking president, like, is seen we've just fought off this massive British central bank invasion, so he makes sure, and all this Congress right, he makes sure that there isn't a central bank system in place in America, and they want for a very long time, they just use this interest-free money. So what we're going to do, we're going to jump back in the time machine and jump back to the 1900s, because this is where the ball starts rolling. Okay, so this is the 1900s, and it's a nice steady away nation, really. but it lacked a central bank system. Now, there's a group of these elite bankers, proper powerful banking institutions who's, they're proper clocked onto this idea that our central bank system can control a nation, really. And proper lucky for us, they've gone about setting it in place. Now, these elite bankers, they were called the Morgans, the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers and the Warburgs, proper wealthy and powerful people within America at that time. So what they've done, they've gone about setting this central bank system in place. Now, to put it in, they need some sort of plan. Okay, so what's the plan? Well, fucking Morgan, right, he starts issuing loads of rumours that this leading New York bank, it's about to go bust, it's about to go bankrupt. Now, there's a shitload of American public, they've all got loads of money saved in this bank, so they'll start panicking to fuck and start getting all their money back out at bank. Now, this New York bank, it's thinking, what the fuck, where's all its money going? So it starts panicking a bit, so it starts reclaiming all its loans back, all mortgages, all loans to other banks. Now, obviously, everyone can't afford to pay all these mortgages and loans back, so, it's mad fucking panic. There's repossessions there, fucking pendulum, people still trying to get the money back. Fucking hell, the whole fucking financial markets go fucking haywire and everyone ends up fucking skint. Now the government, they're completely clueless to what's just happened. Like, they're sat there scratching their head thinking, what the fuck has just happened here? One minute we're a nice steady away nation, next minute everything's just fucked up. So as governments do, they order this big investigation and they put a bloke called Nelson Aldridge in charge of it. Unbeknown to fucking government though, this Aldridge bloke, he were very good mates with these bankers, they go way back. In fact, Aldridge actually married into fucking Rockefeller's family later on in life. Anyway, fucking Aldridge comes back to government, he says, look, right, to stop all this fuck up ever happening again, what we need to do, we need to put a central bank system in place in America. Now, Congress and all that malark, they were a little bit iffy about all this, because all this independence thing was all about fucking fighting off this British central bank and America not having a central bank system in place. So, they're all a little bit iffy about this. Anyway, there's this bloke called Woodrow Wilson who, at the time, was trying to become fucking American president. So all these elite bankers, they get right matey with him and they give him huge sums of cash to help his presidential campaign. And in return for this, they're like, Woodrow Wilson will give you all this cash, we'll help you met president, but when you met president, you've got to put this central bank system in place. So all these central bankers, they're proper buzzing about this. In 1910, they have a secret meeting in Jekyll Island, finalise details, proper talk it through how the central bank system is going to generate cash for them. And of course, as history tells us, 1911, Woodrow Wilson finally makes it to president. And true to his fucking word, it goes about putting this central bank system in place in America. Trouble is, there's still all this fucking Congress malarkey to go through, so a little bit sneaky here, like, but 2 days before Christmas, when our congressmen are at home fucking stuffing their face with their families, 2 days before Christmas, fucking Woodrow Wilson makes it law. Fucking finally, we finally got the Central Bank of America in. It's known as the Federal Reserve. Yep, 1913, the Federal Reserve Act was signed. Fucking brilliant. Now, although it's called the Federal Reserve Bank of America, there's absolutely fuck all federal about it. It's its own private organisation set up by these elite bankers. It's in charge of making its own policies and it loans money to the government and to the people at interest and makes a shitload of cash in doing so. And this Federal Reserve, the Central Bank of America, is basically the start of all world events. Now, it's important to realise one of the most lucrative things what can happen to the central bank, one of the biggest money spinners, what can happen for a central bank is war. For example, right, say if the American government gets involved in a war, it has to buy new tanks, new planes, new boats, new weapons. All of this costs fucking shitloads of cash. And where does the government get all this money from? Well, it loans it from the central bank. So that means if the American government gets into a war, the central bank has to give the government shitloads of cash, which basically means because all that money is loaned to the government, the central bank earns shitloads of cash back. And this is basically what we're going to explore in future films. We're going to explore how the American Central Bank, the British Central Bank, together is going to conquer the world. We're going to make loads of wars, make shitload of fucking money, and basically control everyone. So what you're going to have to do is enter into YouTube, Ponteporn Investigates, look at the other films, or better still, subscribe to the channel. Okay, this is Ponteporn Investigates. Thanks for watching.